welcome. It's Wednesday. My name is Nick Bonner. I'm joined by Cale Royer. We've also got Korey, Lofy, and Joe Aiken here from the Discovering Forestry podcast and Arborjet. Guys, how are you?
Doing good, buddy. How you doing?
Oh, man, I love doing this show on Wednesdays, and it's great to have guests like you. I can't wait to hear from you guys. Cale, what else are we doing on the show today?
We've got some stuff going on here. We're going to talk a little bit about their podcast, Discovering Forestry podcast, which you guys have been doing for, we'll get into that.
A long time.
Long time, right? We'll do a category talk, and we'll talk a little bit about some of our upcoming guests that we have. We'll look at the TCI Expo, kind of past, present, and what's going on in the future. Give you some updates on that. Then we'll talk about how to climb fast, and we'll give some people $100 at the end.
It's a new video segment.
Yes. So, yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to do, and so let's get started. How long have you guys been doing your podcast, Discovering Forestry?
Oh, Joe, what did we start that? I think in 2020 at the height of the pandemic.
6 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tell us a little bit about yourselves, guys. So you both work for Arborjet. How did you get into that? Who are you? Joe, go first.
All right. Yeah. Well, I've been in the tree business or been working with trees, 40 plus years. So I had my own tree care company at one time, and there was life issues. And then emerald ash borer was discovered in Michigan while I had my own company. And then there was a fledgling little company out of Boston that said they had a solution, and I checked it out, and I was very impressed compared to what else was on the market at the time. So I got involved with Arborjet.
And that product was Triage.
That was way before Triage. Wasn't even like a little baby glimpse of a married couple having kids yet. It wasn't even on the spectrum. That was like,
so what
probably
what was the product?
Oh, it was imidacloprid at the beginning for emerald ash borer. It got a bad rap, and then they were already starting to develop different compounds, and then it's like the perfect storm, the perfect insect, perfect location, perfect compound, boom, and it worked perfectly.
Huh. So. And Korey, how did you get involved with Arborjet? What's your backstory a little bit?
Absolutely. So started growing up in a farm in Wisconsin, working in a nursery on the weekend. So I really love trees. I went to school for forestry, tree physiology, and interpersonal communication, Wisconsin Stevens Point. And after college, I just wanted to ski and ride the river. So I spent 3-4 years riding the river everywhere from Jackson Hole to Alaska and skiing all over North America. And then my dad sat down and he said, "Hey, you need to get this insurance thing coming up." So from there, my now wife and I moved back to Minnesota and started doing a little bit more climbing, doing some groundwork. And I've been with Arborjet now 6 years. So not as long as Joe, but 6 years.
Well, that's a great story. I want to talk a little bit about Arborjet and plant healthcare, which has kind of been a recurring theme for the last couple of weeks with us. But first, I want to talk about your podcast. Tell us, one, what is it, right? Why would someone want to listen? Where would they listen?
Go ahead, Korey. You can start off with the analytics.
Yeah, absolutely. So our podcast is the Discovering Forestry podcast. And we started it right at the height of the pandemic. Like we were saying, Joe and I would have a lot of conversations as we're driving between our end users and our distributors. And it was a time when trade shows and conventions were shut down. So, Nick, we'd get calls all the time of people, and it felt like they were just calling to either reaffirm what they were doing or to kind of vent. And Joe and I thought, wouldn't it be cool if we brought this content to people and kind of bring arborists together in a way that hasn't really been done before? And you can find it now on Audible, Spotify, Apple, all the major platforms. And I think we're over 220 episodes and 200 of them have guests.
217 is what I've got right here.
There you go.
That's incredible. And you guys have been knocked off by the largest retailer in the industry, right? So, I mean, that's got to say something, right? Well, you've got a podcast. We started a podcast. So we're following in your footsteps. Tell us a little bit about.
Way, though. We started with video, and now they're coming into
that's true.
video. So we're copying each other.
That's okay. We're kind of like a wavelength then. Tell me a little bit about what are some of the things you're discussing on the show today? Obviously, it's different than it was in the pandemic, right? If I tune in today, what kind of things am I going to find? What are you guys talking about?
You know what's amazing, Nick, is when we started this, it was anything to do with trees. So it wasn't just all this is a bug, this is a tree, this is how you get rid of it. We've reached a cooper that was building oak barrels to aging wine and bourbon to Christmas tree history to if there's a tree in it, it fit. So there's probably an episode out of the 200 plus episodes that would fit anybody that has anything to do with the green industry. So it wasn't just arboriculture, it was tree centric or wood centric.
And we're very intentional about that, Nick. You know, if you look back at some of the other podcasts out there, there are some really good ones out there, right? A lot of them have more of a climbing forward focus, and at the time there were only one or two, and it was very climber focused, and not always was it a positive message that was being delivered. And Joe and I wanted to tune people in, especially the age demographic that seems to be listening to podcasts, is that 18-year-old to like 35, 38-year-old. For the most part, that's what we found, male and female, but mostly male. And a lot of the episodes that we're doing the best, and you can look at what's downloaded the best, are things where it's like, hey, I just got into the industry. Where do I go? Or maybe somebody doesn't want to spend an hour and a half or 2 hours sitting in a class at a conference talking about drones and trees, but they can listen to a 30-minute episode where we talk on exactly that content. I think you've even been on too, right?
I have been, yeah. I'm going to interrupt you guys with a technical question. Cale, I just got a notification, allow director to change your audio mic source.
Yes, you currently don't have your really nice microphone hooked up. There we go. Now we're sounding better.
I understand.
Aha. Okay. You guys have been doing this for,
I understand.
for a long
Thank
time. You. And are you still doing your podcast live at events and expos?
We only do it for TCIA. It seemed to fit perfect the first year we did it. I guess the attendees enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
The platform was designed to be a discussion around the campfire. There's no selling on it. It's just all about our knowledge, our experience, and what we feel is the best. So it's kind of refreshing, I guess, to be able to just sit down and talk with a couple nerds about
Mm-hmm.
trees or anything about that. And it resonates. So we keep getting asked back. It's got to be
doing the podcast again at TCI this year.
Yeah.
And Is that based out of the Arborjet booth? Where do I come if I want to see that in action?
So that'll be Thursday morning at 8:45 from 120 something, I believe 126, something to that effect. So first floor Thursday morning right away, before the trade show even opens.
Awesome. Definitely check that out. There's a couple comments in the chat. Warren Outdoors CEUs, please. My man, we don't have any CEUs for this broadcast. We do have a ton of CEUs available in our webinar program that's been provided by Joe and Arborjet, as well as a bunch of other vendor partners. You can check that out at treestuff.com/webinars. And there are dozens of free CEUs available for you and other arborists and ISA members. Definitely check that out. Travis Cole, podcast content is excellent. Always listen while going to and from job sites. I think they're talking about Korey and Joe, but you know what? I'm gonna take the compliment, Travis. Thank you.
I think they're talking about Korey and Joe.
Yeah, it's unclear who they're talking about. Travis is just a really nice guy either way.
Yeah. I got a funny story about the TCI. So we had a meeting and we're like, Joe, when are you going to be, when are you showing up for the conference? And I says, well, I'm going to be there Thursday afternoon. And they're like, you're doing a podcast Thursday morning. I'm like, shoot, I had to go back and change my flight because I forgot that we were doing it. But we'll be there. We'll be having fun. It'll be good.
Joe, you participate in a lot of stuff, so I think it can be easy to get things jumbled up. You're always at the Ohio and Michigan events. You curate a museum, don't you?
Yeah, we have the Arboriculture Museum that's been traveling around. We got a trailer. We take it to shows. Still working on restoring a historic sawmill on Belle Isle, which is a state park in Detroit, to have a permanent location for the Museum of Arboriculture. That's still moving forward. I got a meeting with the Michigan DNR tomorrow on it. The podcast and anything else in between. Lots and lots and lots of presentations.
You do have a regular job too.
Right. Yeah. So far, we've just been talking about things that you guys do kind of like to volunteer and support the industry and like with your own time. For your jobs, you guys work for Arborjet, who is the leading provider of injection-based plant healthcare supplies, chemicals, and what do you guys call them? Formulations. Tell us a little bit. Assume I don't know any of that. Tell me a little bit about Arborjet as a company and what you guys do. What's your like mission statement, Korey?
Oh, mission statement. I hope marketing team's not listening. So we are revitalizing and bringing applicators and tree care professionals predictable results through the chemistries and compounds that Arborjet's making, right? We've really revolutionized essentially trunk injection. 25, 30 years ago, there were just a lot of cowboys out there throwing product into trees with things they'd make from the Home Depot. And then the companies had theories on how they were going to progress this thing. And of course, through some of the brilliant minds at Arborjet at the time, they started developing more and more compounds and then better and better trunk injection equipment. And if somebody didn't know what trunk injection was, it's basically we can drill into a tree, identify the pest, and introduce or inject a product to control that pest, many for up to 2 to 3 years, just off of one stem injection. And if you're talking about the emerald ash borer, which is what a lot of folks it's their gateway bug. It's how they get to know Arborjet.
There's a sticker there, Cale. I want to say no to gateway bugs.
The gateway bug, just say no.
Cale, get me a gateway bug sticker cracking immediately.
Okay, I'll work on that.
Free Arborjet co-branded sticker you guys just got there. Love it.
I got nothing going on next week. I can work on it.
No, put it on for 2 or 3 weeks from now, buddy. We don't have to do it right away.
So anyhow, Nick, we've got solutions for that. Well over 99% effective, but we're also starting to play more with, as I'm sure you've seen the industry change over the last few years, we're starting to focus more on that holistic plant approach, right? The whole healthcare approach, to where now we've purchased controlling interest in air knife. So we're looking at air excavation tools as well as different soil amendments, not necessarily fertilizers, because fertilizers now is kind of an interesting topic, but soil amendments and compounds like that. And I'm sure Joe has got more for you on that.
One thing that, and we've been hammering this, right? If you've been watching the show the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about PHC, it seems like every week. And I think now's the right time because it's starting to cool down. Winter's coming. It's time to tool up, I think, for spring. But plant healthcare is so off-putting. And the thing I want people to know is that you just need to email phd@treestuff.com, and we're going to connect you with either you, Korey, or with one of the BCMAs at Arborjet. And we're going to get people answers, right? There's only a couple pests in every region. And the folks at Arborjet, even if it's not with an Arborjet product, can help you diagnose, treat, and ultimately commercialize the care of that plant and make money from it. So I think that that's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, and your tree cutting business is slowing down for the season. We also have a whole bunch of stuff that you guys have done with us. Actually, I don't know, Korey, if you've done one of these with me. I know Joe's done a bunch of webinars, but all of these webinars that we have here, you can go back and watch to kind of get a handle on how to run this as a business, kind of just like making the money out of it, as well as the things that you actually need to know to sell it. And once again, like if you email phc@treestuff.com, you'll get a hold of one of the Arborjet people and the scientists who actually know everything about this.
And if I can just offer anybody a piece of advice for your kids or whatever, if you can drive them away from a career
that documents their whole life in video and like how they've aged and like just essentially devolved, do it. Because like I see these videos of me and it's so depressing. No, it is like, because I have not aged well. I haven't. I'm getting worse looking every year, and the videos are evidence of it. And like he just flashes that page, and I see me like 4 years ago, and I'm like, God, where's that guy at?
Nick, that's part of the benefits of having a podcast is people can just hear your voice. They don't see the video.
That's what we should just maybe we should go straight 100% audio, Cale. No, sorry about that. It really irks me though to see myself age.
It's probably 40 years. You get talking about 5. Wait till 40.
Joe, you've looked the same. You've looked the same since I met you.
I'm trying. But one more thing that what I found through the years is that there's a gap. There's a gap in tree care providers. From either you can only do pruning and removals, or you can only do plant health care. And another great thing that I think you guys are doing is you're bridging that gap, where if you're pruning, you're pruning according to a plant health care plan. So you're already doing plant health care. So why wouldn't you look at the overall health of the tree and add a little more services along the way? And I think with the webinars and kind of what you guys at TreeStuff are doing, you are bridging that gap. You are showing everybody, because if you looked at your primary customer, it probably would lean heavily on the tree removal pruning side.
It does for sure. There's a bigger opportunity in plant healthcare for our customers than in any other line of business than they could add, right? There's less competition in the plant healthcare than there is in the removals or the pruning. I would say like really premium services like cabling are in the same kind of vein. Where it doesn't make sense really to add anything other than these kind of premium services you're offering.
And it's more sustainable, right?
100%. It's something you can come back to year after year, as opposed to having to go find another tree to cut down. It doesn't
better
look
on
as
your
cool.
body. Oh, please!
I
think it's sexy.
Your Instagram pictures aren't as sweet with stuff flying everywhere, but also you're not going to cut your arm off.
That's true.
So,
That's my goal, Cale, for you and Nick, is to make plant health care cool again.
We can.
That's a tough ask.
It's also another, it's also another sticker, Joe. Make plant health care cool again.
Yeah,
PhD.
we need.
I don't know what I'm not sure if it ever was, but
we get some like flames on the buckets and stuff.
It's super nerdy. I'll be honest with you though. I came up in Ohio and I was like driving around and I was looking for trees with red tape or yellow tape, green tape on them. And I would stop, get out of the car, and I would say, hey, for $400, I'll put that tree in a pile where it stands and you can solve your problem later. It looks like you're going to have it removed. And I would do that. And you know what? I was like doing hard work. I was doing side work and I was making cash and it was glorious. Yeah. I wish that I had learned about EAB in that time and just walked around with a tree IV and been like, hey, for $250, I'll keep that tree alive for you for another year. 20% of all trees in Ohio were ash trees. They're not anymore, right? So I could have been making money hand over fist, and I wouldn't have had my car full of oil and saws, and I wouldn't have been risking my life and making mistakes. I mean, I was that guy cutting off of ladders and having the limb hit the ladder, like, out from underneath me, and I'm still up there holding on to the tree. So yeah, I wish that I had learned about plant healthcare, and like, it's not just for big businesses. Like, you could build a side gig off of plant healthcare instead of a side gig based off of stealing your boss's saws for the night and trying to like cut a tree down between 6 and 8 p.m. So yeah, I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh yeah.
There's so many companies that Joe and I work with that started out as just as you're saying, kind of moonlighting as plant healthcare people. They educate themselves, then they get the proper license, they borrow equipment. And what's crazy is when that side gig turns into the main gig, and they're making more in 3-4 months than they would make in a full calendar year working for somebody else. And if you love your employer, if you're doing great, hey, keep on it. But if you kind of want to progress your career, maybe your pocketbook, maybe just learn a little bit more.
Yeah.
PHC is there's no end.
And do something.
So
that
you want
can
a
do when
side
you're
gig.
50.
Yeah.
Or 60. Yeah.
Or 60.
So you're
yeah.
looking for a side gig, right? You email phc@treestuff.com. You say, hey, what 4 pests are there in my region? How do I identify them? Then you start building up a cart. You look, maybe I need $1,000 in injection equipment and, you know, $400 or $500 in chemicals to keep on hand. Boom. Driving around, you're looking, you know, hey, I'm seeing this borer beetle. Hey, I'm seeing this fly. I can help you treat it. So maybe there's an opportunity to build a side gig. The experts at Arborjet are available to help you. All you got to do is email phc@treestuff.com.
Yeah.
Hey, Cale, that picture of the injection about Learn PHC, you just scrolled past.
Is it wrong?
Scoot back. No, I just wanted to let everybody know that that tree has just been posted on Arborjet's social. That is just to show you what you can do with PHC. That's the largest ash tree in North America.
Oh, really?
And that tree is still alive because of science.
Yeah.
So the opportunity to do something and preserve stuff like this is in their hands every day.
Was it the largest ash tree before EAB, or is it like the, you know,
It's still alive. Well, it was.
everybody else stepped back, so this one was the only one standing forward?
No, this tree was adopted through the Saving Iconic Tree program through Arborjet, which is another thing that a lot of people don't know about, is that we adopted that because it was the largest tree, and then we've been treating that every 2 to 3 years for 20 years.
Wow.
And it's the only ash tree in that area, but all the other ones that were close to that did die due to emerald ash borer, and that one just stood the proud as can be, and it's still the largest white ash tree in North America, and it would have been gone.
Donate that service.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
That is incredible. You know, because like that's an irreplaceable treasure, right? And you guys have taken action to protect it, and I mean that you're not selling any more product for that. You're just the only thing you guys are doing is keeping that tree alive, and I applaud you for it. Good.
yeah,
job.
you know, and there's naysayers. Oh, it's going to die anyway. I'm like, well, yeah, we're all going to die anyway. So,
No,
Yeah,
good
it's
job,
something.
guys.
But
well, at whose lifetime is it going to come down? So.
And Nick, that's the other rewarding part about our job, right? Is not only are we helping educate people on how they can save trees and how we can save trees as professional tree care stewards, but we're actually growing their businesses. We're saving these things for our kids to see. I mean,
Yeah.
Joe, we even on the podcast, when you came on our show, you were talking about how we're here for such a limited time, and tree care is part of what you do. There's got to be more. So me being able to go hike around some of these trees that are in locations where we don't want them on a map, because then people will trample all over them or vandalize them or whatever. Take the time and just be present. Be present in today and find something that you're passionate about, whether it's trees or skiing or hiking or biking. Man, Nick, podcasting. Yeah, Nick, this is a new avenue for you for sure.
Yeah, that's really cool, guys. I really admire the saving of that and other iconic trees. I think that's a really cool thing. The other half of the Arborjet Ecologel name is Ecologel. What's the deal with Ecologel? What is that? And why would our customers want to know about that? Or what can you tell me about Ecologel?
So Ecologel is basically the soil fertility and the soil conditioning line of the company. So in order for Arborjet to be complete as a chemistry-based business, we needed to offer that component. And Joe probably knows the backstory, back history a little bit more than me. But what this allows arborists to approach products that may have been looked at through an agronomist and more of a turf focus. And how do we translate that to trees? So living organisms are living organisms, right? But the demand is different.
That's right. And one of the main Ecologel products is Hydrotane, which is a hydration management tool. Tell me a little bit about that.
Sure. It's a hygroscopic humectant. Basically what that does is it coats the root hairs, and then anything that would have either evaporated or leached out of the soil condenses onto those root hairs and becomes usable moisture for that plant. Joe, anything?
No, it's perfect. It's hydroscopic humectant, just like you said. It's all microscopic, almost positive, negative charges where once this molecule is on the fibrous root hairs, we talk about mycorrhizae. Once it gets on that, no moisture can pass past that without being pulled and attached to it. And it creates available moisture that would have been lost through transevaporation because of this compound. So it's an amazing product to be used because we know that water is the essential element in life. And if you don't have it, we got so many areas throughout the country, well, in the world, because we sell this worldly, internationally, is drought. Water continues to be a very, very, very important topic. And in a lot of urban settings with water restrictions, it just makes perfect sense that you'd use a compound or a product like this to eliminate the need to water as much as possible. So neat stuff. And we've actually, again, it was focused for turf, but as we started doing more and more business together as partners, before Arborjet Ecologel made an agreement, and we ended up owning them or purchasing. I don't want to say own. I apologize.
Merge.
But
Yeah.
we can take that to arboriculture, which we've done. So now we can use this stuff on trees.
And you're using it like in the fires and stuff. I mean, there's like all these like downstream applications that we didn't even anticipate. Like it's been a big deal out in LA, right?
We're talking about it. It's in the works right now. Yes, it is. We are. Yes.
My favorite part about the Ecologel line, though, is that they're all liquid based. So gone are the days where you've got the 20-20-20 that crusts up in the bottom of your spray tank.
I hated that.
Oh gosh! So this stuff.
I have no idea what you're talking about. There's a question from
Okay.
Alex Mayan in the chat. Any certifications that would be helpful for starting a plant health side gig? Definitely Google the name of the state you live in and pesticide applicator's license. And then being an ISA certified arborist is absolutely, in my opinion, the most important thing you can do as a professional arborist. We've got a really great program on that. You can Google or search TreeU on TreeStuff.com. It's a money-back guarantee to pass that certified arborist test. And you can also find out more information on that at isa.org or by searching ISA tree on Google.
And also another thing that helps is literally just being in the tree industry. Like you guys know already, just being around a tree all the time, when there's something wrong with it. And so, you see a tree that has half of the leaves on it are wilted, the other half aren't, or they're a different color over there. You know that something needs to happen, and that's something that you can sell. So
Meanwhile, I'm driving around pointing at ash trees, which lose their leaves first, going, that one's dead.
Yeah.
You should cut it. You should cut it down. That was my thing, right? I was like the fear mongering guy. I'm like looking at the ash tree, and then I look at the room in the house, and I go, oh man, who sleeps in that room? Mm-hmm. That's not your kids, is it? Right? when what I could have been doing was going around teaching people about like how to save their ash trees, which were not dead. They just lost their leaves because it was autumn. So yeah, I think educating yourself and taking a care first approach is really the way to go for sure. Joe, Korey, what else can we talk about? I want to be respectful of your guys' time. We're about halfway through here.
Let's spend a second on you talk about canopy, you talk about trees, you talk about bugs, you talk about diseases, but I think if you're going to look at one thing that's going to pick up in arboriculture is soil.
The D word, dirt.
Well, dirt. People keep saying, "Oh, you can't say dirt. You can't say dirt," and I say, "The hell you can't," because that's what half the stuff we got stuff growing in urban landscapes. It's particles that can't support light is dirt, and that's what we work in. That's why trees are failing, because they're planted in dirt. And our goal is to rejuvenate that dirt, get enough organic matter and micro and macro air pores in there so water can percolate and get down to the roots. And get the soil alive with the soil food web. That, to me, is something that we don't discuss enough in arboriculture, is the value of soil.
And that's where air knifing comes in. That's where root crown excavations, vertical mulching, and all of the different things, right? That's where the air knife vacuum comes into play.
Just putting mulch around the base of the tree is probably the best thing you could do, the cheapest thing you can do.
Yeah, and that's also something that I know a lot of homeowners don't ever think about. You know, to most people, putting a bush out in our front yard, my house is almost 30 years old and it's still just dense clay if you were to try to put anything in there. And so most people just go and just dig it. It fills up with water, and I don't. Why did it die the next year? So, that's something that we just don't think about. Probably because it's just not.
Well, that's what's amazing, that if you do have clay soil, mulching is, again, one of the best things you could do for it, because all the biology, obviously clay soils is just a real fine particle soil, but it can still sustain life. As long as you put the right plant that can do well in clay, and you get some organic matter on the surface, the insects will permeate and perforate that clay crust, and you'll get drainage. But if you don't have life, you don't have soil. You have dirt, and then
If what Joe and Korey are talking about sounds a little academic for you or a little above your head, but you like making money, email phc@treestuff.com, and an Arborjet expert is here to provide free consultation with you on how to build plant healthcare into your business, how to spot it, how to bid it, how to sell it, what tools you need. You don't have to have a job in mind. Call them with questions. Send an email to phc@treestuff with your phone number and ask for a call, and someone from the Arborjet team or someone from our team will give you a call, and we're here to help you grow your business. I want to plug the Discovering Forestry podcast one more time. Guys, where do I find that?
Apple, Spotify, Audible, anywhere you're streaming podcasts.
And I just type in the Discovering Forestry podcast. We're also going to link to that on the TreeStuff Live page along with this episode. So you can go to treestuff.com/live. Joe, Korey, the whole team at Arborjet, we really appreciate you guys coming on the show today. And we can't wait to see you at TCIA coming up next week.
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks for having us, guys.
Of course, thanks for coming on.
Stop by the booth. We'll see you.
We definitely will. Thank you so much. The Arborjet team has been great. We've really been hitting PHC hard. We'll give the audience a rest on PHC for the next couple episodes. But no, it's such easy money, and so few people are doing it. We sell so many more carabiners than we sell PHC stuff, and that's crazy to me. Let's keep going. What's next on the agenda, Cale?
We got category talk.
Oh boy, no chainsaws, no plant healthcare.
No chainsaws, no plant healthcare. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, we're respinning on one of those.
I don't know how.
And the question is, do I have an example of whatever this is?
Went to gas
Nope.
chainsaws again. No.
We're not doing that one. Oh, I can do books and research.
Books and
Okay.
research.
We have and wait, check this out. I
He's got it
have
right
a
there.
bunch of really good books right here. I got one. I got the Arboricultural Practices by Lindsay Purcell.
Yep.
Oh, this is the one that we haven't got assorted yet, right?
Yes, that one's not
did I
up
s-
yet. That's his new one.
This is coming soon. Lindsay. I'm so sorry. I screwed this up. I'm gonna make it happen. We've got this book coming soon. But I
Lindsay
want to talk
Purcell
about
of the Tree U fame.
the
Trees are
most
quite
successful arborist educator ever.
of all time.
I love a good superlative. Let's look at Shigo really quick. Hit me with just a search for Shigo.
Sure.
Or that. There's one book in here that I cannot recommend enough, and it is the Tree Pruning Worldwide Photo Guide. Keep going.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, that one. This is, in my opinion, the best book in arboriculture.
This one, his photos and stuff are still used in a whole bunch of training
I have it right here.
about pruning.
So this book is incredible. Check this out. So what Shigo did is he went and on this tree, he made a flush cut and a regular cut. I'm not sure if I'm pointing to the right side, but you get the gist, yeah? And he makes a flush cut, makes a regular cut. Then he goes back, 20 years later, and cuts that section of the limb down, cuts it in half, and then clearly illustrates in this book the effect of that negative cut and how the coat it works. There are examples of branch bark ridges, cut angles. To me, this book made it all make sense. I cannot recommend a educational product other than the certified arborist class that we have more than this book. I think this book is more important than anything except for maybe the ANSI. There's also see, I do. I literally, any category you spin, I can find something in my office for, buddy. I got 100 Tree Myths here. This is another great Shigo book. And then Tree Pithy Points. I want you to know this should never happen. If you buy a book from us and it comes with a sticker on it, you email me and that book's free, okay? And I'll send you another one. I was really upset when this happened. Our warehouse did this. This was a point of continuous improvement for us. We're improving. We don't do that anymore. Yeah, this book is really good. The other thing I want to talk about is Jepson. Can we look at the Jepson book, Cale?
Yep. We don't have a thing for him. Let's see.
And then we'll talk about Tree U to sum this up. So Jepson wrote the Tree Climber's Companion. The Tree Climber's Companion is absolutely the definitive resource for new workers, right? We talked about Worldwide Photo Guide. That is absolutely the definitive thing on like basic tree biology, pruning standards, making it all make sense. How to set a rope, like how to use a tool, where a pole saw does. Everything you might want someone to know is in this book. We also have what is essentially a video version of this book in our Tree U program. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But Jepson's Tree Climber's Companion, that's available in English and in Spanish. Very, very valuable for new-time workers or for first-time workers. He also has a great book on knots at work, The Groundy by Jeff Jepson, and To Fell a Tree. All of these are chock full of pictures, really clear and easy to understand examples. I read The Tree Climber's Companion when I was first into the industry, and I learned a ton from it. If I'm being honest, a lot of the video content we've produced over the years is influenced by these books. Jeff Jepson has really just done a great job. These are all super good resources. Cale.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us what Tree U is really quick?
Tree U is our sort of little brand about learning stuff. And so we started, I believe, with the Business Summit and the Splicing Series here. You can still,
That's right.
You can still get these and watch them. The Splicing Series is Nick Araya.
So good.
About 25 years ago.
No, it was only 10 years ago, yeah. But that's great splicing content.
It is, yeah, it's fantastic. He goes through all the different kinds of splices, like step by step on how to do it, and then we show an overhead view of actually splicing it.
Like an uninterrupted, like speed splice for each one too. It's really cool.
So that is $50. You get all of those videos. And I believe that one's a lifetime. Like you
own that. Buy to own.
And then we have training and orientation for groundspeople, which is kind of taking the stuff from the Jepson books and putting that into something visual, maybe for the guys who can't read, to kind of know, like, this is a pole saw. This is how you use it. This is what you do and you don't do. This is an electrical wire. Don't go near that, et cetera, et cetera. Arborist chainsaw.
Travis Vickerson, who did that, is a great trainer too.
Yes.
And a hell of a guy.
Yeah.
He did that. He actually works for us now and services our defense support industry. Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty neat stuff.
Yeah, he sells pretty much the same stuff that we do, except it's all black. The Tree U Arborist chainsaw qualification. Craig Bachman is also an absolutely fantastic trainer. And he recorded a whole series, step by step, on the basics of felling a tree, bucking a tree, all the different parts of this side of the tree has compression, this side of the tree has tension when you're cutting it.
Craig might be one of the smartest and most like intellectually and emotionally intelligent trainers in the business. I don't know that there is a more well-spoken trainer or a person who clearly states what they mean. Man, if Craig's not the best in the business, he's like top 3 global trainers, and that chainsaw product is awesome. We also offer a certification with it, so like you get a basic qualification form that you can use for your insurance, or as a proof of continuing education for your workers. You can rent that and just like show it to your crew on a rainy day.
CEUs from doing that as well.
All 3, or I'm sorry, this TreeU, the certified arborist, and the chainsaw all have CEUs associated with them, which you can get just by taking the quizzes that come with it. But these TreeUs are great, and the thing about them is they all have a money-back guarantee. Either you pass the test, you're satisfied or not, you're happy with it or not. Like if you're unhappy with any of these, we give you your money back. That very rarely happens. And I'm really proud to call all 3 of those people my friends and colleagues. And honestly, we've brought, look, Travis is the least qualified of the 3 of them. And he's one of the most qualified people I've ever met.
Yeah.
Lindsay was the associate professor at Purdue for 25 years and basically wrote the pruning guidelines. Travis has been a fireman, a climber, a military rescue swimmer, and an arborist for over 20 years. And that's what I meant when I said the least qualified of the 3 of them. So really high quality training product. I think it complements our books and resources really well.
Yes, definitely.
What's next?
What is next? Upcoming guests. Let's see
Ooh.
if I can get this going on here. We've got some people coming up soon.
I don't know if we're going to broadcast on the 5th.
I think that's going to happen.
I anticipate not broadcasting next week, everybody.
Yes, next week is TCI Expo. We will be there. We'll talk a little bit in a minute here about what we're doing there and why we will not be broadcasting. But yeah, don't expect to see us at least at noon, and definitely not in our rooms. Because
We just talked about Lindsay Purcell.
Yeah, Lindsay is coming on the 12th, November 12th. Rudy Rudemiller from Petzl on November 26th. Zachary Dietz.
Rudy's a
from
great
Cast.
guy. He's a climber. He was an arborist. And now he is like the director of professional sports at Petzl, which is just awesome. Yeah, that a guy that started as a field arborist got to that position because that puts arborists top of mind for Petzl, which is good for us as arborists. Yeah,
He really did
Zach
grow
Dietz.
the Petzl arborist section too.
Yeah, he
For
did.
a long time he was there. December
He just got
10th,
his
Zachary
MBA
Dietz
too.
from Cask
Yep.
is going to be here. January 14th, we have David Anderson from Canopy Watch. He's got a lot of crazy stories, and he's got a really cool kind of thing going on.
Well, I don't know if we're gonna tell that story that he talked about. I don't know if I want to talk about that. He had some like bad thing happen, and I don't know if I want to bring that on the air. But we'll talk about something really positive that he's doing. I'm sure.
I would say he's got lots and lots of stories. January 21st, Jack Perry and Jonathan Broad. I don't know these 2 guys personally.
Dude, those are the guys at Camp Italy. They run the North American office, and we're going to talk about some new camp stuff that I think they're showing at TCI, which is really exciting.
Cool.
And then probably go over some of the camp videos that we've produced that have been really good.
Yeah. All right. And then we've got TCI Expo. So
if you don't know about Expo, it's next week. It's in St. Louis, Missouri, and it's run by the Tree Care Industry Association, which is a professional organization like the ISA, focused mostly on companies. Lizzie and team throw the largest trade show in America for tree care workers. There's over 5,000 people attend. There are hundreds of vendors. All the big iron is there. If you want to see grapple saws, cranes, bucket trucks, chippers, stump grinders that are so big they can grind other stump grinders, chippers that are so big they can eat those stump grinders. They got everything at this place.
Of being at
It's
the
so
expo
cool.
for us is walking around with our phones showing all
And
the
my
stuff
kid.
to our kids.
Yeah, to my kid doing like touch a truck with my son. No, it's really great. There's a ton of educational opportunities, classes. The TCIA crew does a world-class job of bringing together educational resources. There's dozens of CEUs and classes. You can find out information on that by searching TCI Expo on Google or coming on to TreeStuff. I'm sure we have it too.
Yeah, it's around there
Cale,
somewhere.
you were about to talk about the booth of old and I believe the booth of new.
Yes, so we, for a while now, have done just a bunch of events with our Human Claw game. And let's see if I can get one of the videos up here. So, Human Claw game, essentially, we have this gargantuan truss that's set up. You can see in the back there. There we go. Real huge, really big. Takes us a long time to set it up. These pictures aren't in any particular order.
And they're awful.
Oh, yeah,
These are just terrible pictures, Cale.
some of these are awful.
That's a great picture.
Yes, that is a good picture. We'll get there. But so the truss is set up just at our booth, and anyone can come out and try to get a box and put it on. That's in fast motion. Grab a box while suspended from our big Human Claw machine, which has 4 different ascender systems hooked up to it, and put it back onto our little platform that we've built, and they get whatever's inside. Rules are...
Oh no, he dropped
Yeah,
it.
that was one of the big ones from, I think, 2 years ago. But the main rules are that you can't drop it, you cannot touch the ground, and we are giving you free stuff, so we get to mess with you however much we want. So they're, spinning you
I think we
around,
might change
getting
that
you
up. We're going
tangled
to change
up.
that up a little this year.
That's getting a little bit changed up this year, because we have a new system set up. Boom! Look at that puppy.
Oh, it looks sweet. I
Yes,
want to
it
thank
looks
our
so
sponsors, Petzl, Samson, Notch, and Silky, and Cask. Cask has sponsored the Claw game every time we've ever done it, and they have donated over 2,000 helmets to give away over the years. And yeah, what a wonderful thing. This is a super fun game. People literally run to our booth in the mornings to play this.
Was looking for
There's
that
usually a
video.
line. Definitely stop by our booth and check this out. We've got probably $50,000 worth of stuff that we're going to give away. Everybody is a winner. And it's a fun opportunity to climb on different systems, meet the TreeStuff crew, get your picture taken, and win some free stuff.
Yep. And then after that, we have a party.
The party.
We have the party.
Last year we had over 1,000 people attend. We did $24,000 in alcohol at the bar. It was wild.
It was huge. This is, I think, 2 or 3 years ago. We had a pretty awesome party with a DJ.
That video did not make it look awesome. This makes it look
did not.
more awesome.
Yes. That was kind of the corner. They had a saxophonist who was out there with the DJ. It was pretty cool. But this one, we did not do what we were doing this year, which is the footlocking competition.
Sponsored by Samson, who always gives us $3,000 in cold hard cash, $100 bills, and we give that away to the top 20 participants. It's free to do. All you got to do is show up. You don't need any equipment. You just come to the party, you footlock, and if you're fast, you win money.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty simple.
Easy. And so we are going to be having that party. Here it is. Oh, really big.
Wow. Holy scaling.
On Friday at the Garage St. Louis. If you're at a different garage, not in St. Louis, then you're at the wrong spot. But
Yeah, we
we're
had our
doing it-
party here last time in St. Louis, and it was awesome.
Yeah, it's a really cool place. We've got a crane that we'll have out the back, hanging all of our lights and our ropes, and doing a footlocking competition that anyone can join. So that's Friday at 6 p.m. In St. Louis, sponsored by Milwaukee, Arborjet Ecologel, and BIK. And we're doing that
And our partners, Noble Oak.
with our partners Noble Oak Safety and Training. So if you need any safety and training, go to them, because they've got all of it.
Cale, how do I climb fast.
How do you climb fast?
Well, how does anybody climb fast? Because foot locking is still the fastest way into the tree because it's so fast to set up. You just run up and just go.
I don't know. Do you want to watch a video about it?
I do.
Okay. All right.
Hi, I'm Nick Bonner for TreeStuff.com, and in this video, I'm going to teach you how to foot lock. Foot locking is the act of climbing just the rope. We use a foot locking prusik to secure ourselves on the rope, and then we'll use a figure 8 or a carabiner with a munter hitch to come down off of the rope. For many years, foot locking was the primary method of ascending into the tree. A climber would climb their doubled line like this, foot lock in, secure themselves up in the tree with a lanyard, and then pull their climbing system up to them and then use this rope for climbing. Today we're just going to talk about the motion or the technique of foot locking and how to do it better. We actually have a really cool contest going. You can challenge me and I'll come out to your job site and I'll foot lock against you, and if 2 of your workers can beat me or 2 of your team members can beat me, I'll give them $1,000 to spend at the store.
Can we pause, Cale?
Pretty fun idea there, but
Paused.
No one has challenged us, and that basically makes us the undefeated footlocking champion of America.
Undisputed.
Undisputed champion.
Yes.
So if you, especially if you're in New England and you're listening to this and you work for a tree service and you haven't challenged me yet, like, guys, I work in an office. I'm not that fast. You saw a video of me doing it. I'm not that good at it. Okay, go ahead, Cale.
Yeah.
let's go ahead and get started. We've got our rope hanging here. I've got a foot locking prusik. Thanks to my friend Corey Petrie for loaning this to me. I came unprepared without one today. I'm gonna go ahead and tie a climb heist prusik here. So I'll take the prusik and start by wrapping up around my climbing line. And then once I've got
Took me 3 takes to make that
a
look
little loop
nice.
there at the top, I'll go ahead and pass my carabiner through that loop. And this is gonna give me a one-directional prusik. It's gonna grip really tight coming down, but it's gonna slide up nice and easy. Once I've got my prusik set up, I'm gonna do a quick function test, make sure it's gonna hold me. Then I'll loosen it up a little bit again so it slides up the rope nice and easy. And now I'm ready to foot lock. The act of foot locking is grabbing and gripping the rope with your feet and then stepping up. So what'll happen is your feet will split the rope with your non-dominant foot underneath. Your non-dominant foot will swoop the rope up
Pause.
and then compress it down.
Those audio chops were rough, Cale.
Yeah.
Apparently I kept saying non-dominant when I meant to say dominant. So I apologize for that. That was a little bit of pretty ugly Hollywood magic there,
Yeah.
Cale.
I thought about trying to see if there was an AI way I could clone your voice or something to make you say the right thing, but
Oh yeah, that would have sounded really good.
yeah, it sounded really good. Yeah, that's where we're at there.
Down and stomp it onto your dominant or opposite foot. It's that friction here that allows you to stand confidently on your feet without using your upper body or hands for that standing motion. This allows you to use your upper body to pull yourself up and use your core to curl yourself to get your feet as high as you can. So I'll turn a little sideways here. Hopefully I can show you this nicely. And you'll see I'm going to start with my right foot up to the opposite side of the rope. I'm going to lean way back as I pull myself up, getting my feet up above my navel. And now I'm standing on my feet and I'm using my hands to stop myself from falling back, but I'm not gripping the rope here. From this position, I can two-step it by pushing the prusik up slowly and then standing up and working my hands up. And then I'm ready to do
Can you pause it for a second?
another lock.
When I watched this, I was so shocked that my legs weren't at full extension there. Because in my mind, my legs are at full extension when I've stood. At this point. So that's something I had my eye on through the rest of the video, is that I never actually hit full extension, and I'm guessing that I can't hit full extension because the legs are on top of each other.
Your legs together,
right? So I'm curious, like, and I haven't compared other people's techniques since watching this and noticing, but like, is my technique just flawed, or is that about as full of extension as people get to?
Well, maybe if somebody challenges you, we'll find out.
Yeah, I can't wait to lose to somebody and give away some store money.
Yeah.
And then I'm ready to do another lock. Ideally, you're able to explode up from this position like this.
Explode. Oh yeah, look at that explosion, Nick.
And that's how you're going to lock much faster.
It's explosive.
Lean back, grip, lean forward, hands, feet, hands. When it's time to come down, you'll simply sit on the prusik and you'll take a figure 8 or other suitable descender. You'll install that on the rope.
This has always been
Slip it into
such a
your
cool
harness,
changeover for me.
tighten it up as best
I
as you
learned
can.
this when I was still a rock
From here-
climber. You can do this with like a belay device too. You can just
You'll
like
take
stand
another
on
lock,
it.
reach up, grab the prusik, and then sit down using your brake hand to hold the figure 8. From here, you can go to a brake position and lower on the figure 8 using your other hand to back that prusik up. This allows you to come down to the ground nice and smoothly, and if you're so inclined, you're ready to footlock again. If you like to footlock, especially if you live in the Northeast, I'd love to come out to
I want people to know that I'm in much worse shape than it even appears, and that like you can tell I'm a little short of breath there, but I am like speaking at a rate that allows me to breathe, and I'm trying really hard to not sound like so out of breath there. But yeah, it's hard. Footlocking is hard work. I saw a comment in the chat from Travis Cole. Been climbing since the late 90s, and I'm still garbage at footlocking. Travis, shoot us an email, live@treestuff.com. Maybe we'll come out and challenge you. Lion Nerd. That challenge, though, love it. Where you at, bro? Let's do this thing. Yeah, come at me, guys. Cash me outside, as they say. Is that what the kids say now, or was that a couple years ago?
They say something about 6'7" or something like that.
6'7". Let's. I don't know what that means. I don't want to say it.
don't
It sounds like a bad thing.
Don't know.
That's how you climb fast. Cale, go ahead.
I think that's it's a really good explanation too. It's you know, we tried to make it as clear as possible as what your body is doing and what your feet is doing. I think the big part that I see a lot of people messing up when they're trying to do this is they'll get the feet right, or in trying to get the feet right, they are holding their whole body up like this. So not leaning back as much, but like keeping their whole body up, trying to hold their whole body with their arms while they're trying to figure out what their feet are doing, instead of letting your body kind of relax and hang in a more natural position. So
that hinge back is key, because
Yeah.
like the difference there is like 3.5 feet of height, and like if you lock 3.5 feet lower, you still have to do all these steps to like do it, stand up on it. It's so much easier if you can get your feet up above your belly button or around kind of in that range.
yeah. So if you are going to TCI Expo, that means you're going to the party as well, because you have nothing else to do on a Friday night.
Yeah.
And now you will have a video explaining to you how you can compete to win cash at the party. So,
And I'll be there. I'll be foot locking. I always
Yeah,
try to
you can see if
compete
you
with,
can beat
with
him.
everybody. Yeah, you'll get like definitely people always beat me. I always come in like last in the top. So, Cale, let's talk about how to win $100, because we have 1 minute until the internet's going to shut us off.
oh no. All right, so
What was that item?
This is the iMill Resi PD series wood inspection drill.
Did somebody figure that out?
Have two people that figured it out. Bruce and Josh both figured it out last time.
Who
So
are these guys? I love these guys.
Bruce
Bruce and Josh, you guys are super
Yep.
fans.
Yep.
Bruce, that one was hard. Cale,
Good.
is the one for this week even harder?
I don't know. I tried to find something good. Win. TreeStuff.com/win. If you don't know, if you haven't listened to this before,
I know exactly what that is.
Go to TreeStuff.com/win. Each week we are going to raffle off $300 worth to up to 3 people. If you can find this item on the website and send it through this little form here. So make sure you have your email, otherwise you can't get anything, and then put the product URL down here. And then we will pick the winners next time. So this week we only had these two who did it, Bruce and Josh. So they both got $150. So maybe that could be you getting free new gear.
Bruce and Josh are going to clean us out.
Yeah.
But all the power to them. We're giving away $300 every week. There's an opportunity to climb against me. We've got guests. We're talking about gear. All sorts of different opportunities to learn about the tree care industry. Cale and I are here almost every week of the year, hopefully. We won't be here next week. We are going to take a little time off around Christmas and New Year's, so plan for that in December. But other than that, we will be back in 2 weeks.
Yep.
And we'll see you then.
All right. Good job.
Yeah, great job, Cale. You've really brought the broadcast a long way, buddy.
It worked
Looks
this
awesome.
time. Whole
It
time.
did work.
All right.
It did work this time.